There we go. Hey, everybody, and welcome. Welcome. It's so good to see you guys. So I just wanted to do a little bit of sharing of this post. I take it you can hear me now. Let me go ahead and open up the chat so that we can connect and discuss. Hello, Enlightened Tarot. Hello, InnoStar Compass. Liza, Adrienne Gonzalez, hello. Hello, Jason, Wilderness. It's so wonderful to see you. Can you guys hear me now? I think I can hear and I can see that I am speaking, so I think we can see each other now. It's so wonderful to be here with you. Okay, so today we want to really get down to it. My goodness, what a beautiful energy it's been. What a powerful transformative experience the past 24 days has been leading up into this month, into this moment. I think we are collectively, we are just moving through changes, major changes. And I think that the whole point of this change is a realignment of yourself as an organism that is more than just the physical. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. This is kind of where I would love to assist you in your focus and your refocusing of your understanding of what you are as a human, what you're here to do, what you are as an organism, as a multidimensional organism in all its possibilities and all its expressions at this time. So what we want to look at is kind of a shift in the definition of what the human is. And this is kind of what is being offered through the human life at this time right now on this planet, in this current incarnation cycle that we are sharing in this timeline. We are sharing an opportunity to assist this fractal of infinite consciousness with the ability to see itself as more than just form, than this shape, than the limitations that are defined by its environment and by all the things that are creating this experience here. And it's very interesting because if you look at the different cycles of centuries and enlightenment that have been available since the beginning of time, this is actually a very important gateway opening into a next level of evolutionary shift, a next level of form, of the embodiment of infinite consciousness. And we collectively have been together for many centuries experiencing the different frequencies, different waves, different manifestations from lower density to higher density. We are experiencing not just the terrestrial life, but simultaneously fragments of ourselves on other dimensional planes. And so what that means is that now that we have entered into this point that's getting closer to a singularity point of this infinity cycle that we're moving through, everything in the universe is moving in this cyclical rotational form. And as we're moving through this rotational form, we experience cycles. And the purpose of that is to experience duality. We experience density, heavier density phases in that spin around that cycle. And we experienced heightened vibrational frequencies, and the density is lighter, it's faster. And so as we spin, we are moving through and alternating all of these different frequencies. And that is part, and that is how evolution occurs internally and externally. So if you take a look at your life, your entire life from the moment you were born until now, and you begin to observe the cyclical patterns that you have experienced in your life through the different densities of knowledge, information, healing, the expansion of your bodies, the healing of your body, the expression of yourself, all of that is a cyclical pattern. And so right now we are experiencing a much lighter, higher of these densities. Some of us might believe that right now we're experiencing pretty heavy experiences in life, But in fact, the way that we're experiencing this collectively has been so immensely compassionate for the organism, because it's allowed an opportunity for us to practice discernment. And in some ways, because of these very, very trivial and separating experiences in the world, they've really pushed us to go beyond our comfort zone and move this human organism into its highest potential out of just the physical. We've been, in a sense, forced out of that comfort zone because of the things and the way that these shifts and changes have been presented to us as a collective whole. And so that's very important, because there's a very unique vibrational frequency to the way that we have been evolving over the past 10 years. It has been very fast evolution. It has been very physical evolution. It's been very clear how evolution functions, how it's being expressed in the physical experience. Cause and effect is moving, in a sense, the manifestation ability is moving quicker. The moment that we begin to embody lower frequency emotions, immediately the physical body begins to manifest that in the physical form. And so what that means is that the collective right now, we have the ability as masters, we all are old souls that have incarnated for centuries with very unique bloodlines as a result of all of this genetic modification that has occurred organically in order to sustain the evolution of this current timeline. And each one of you is encoded with specific vibrational frequency, not just to heal and expand your ancestral lineage, but you're participating in the expansion, healing, and evolution of the collective. And excuse me, what that means is that the opportunities for you to become master level architect of your reality is actually at its highest point. Not only is the astrology aligning at a headway point to create that opportunity in the laws of physics that we're experiencing collectively, but energetically, the alignments of the vibrational frequency of the collective are so high that we have the ability to access that information. And that information is a projection of everything that is within your DNA. Your entire life experience, your purpose for being here and now, all of that is encoded in your DNA. So one of the important things that we want to look at, especially today, in days like today, where we have massive, powerful openings, and the messages that are really coming in for this time are about your ability to tune in and shift your focus from the external to reading that DNA, to becoming a master of DNA. How do you become a master of manifestation? You learn to read you, yourself. You are not this physical body, but you are this information, you are quantum information. And what that means is that within the genetic information that you have encoded in your DNA is the key to unlocking fragments of yourself in multiple dimensional planes, abilities, tools, information, knowledge to assist this one fractal of your infinite self to move through this human experience and to collaborate in the evolution and the heightening of this collective whole. So how do we read our DNA? The information, our everyday life, every morning that you wake up, it's a hologram that is created and projected by the information that is encoded in your DNA. Your DNA is the blueprint, you could say, of which all the information is organized in the chakra systems. And from the chakra systems, which makes up your environment, every single one of the chakras is the field of your body. Your root chakra is your first layer, your sacral the second, your third the third layer. These layers function like antennas that are filtering and processing and projecting. This is very important. It filters, process, and project. This is your multidimensional body, and this is what it's doing from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. So what that means is that you are co-creating every single moment of your experience. And until that really sinks in, we are incapable, number one, of applying free will, number two, of becoming masters of our experience. And I had a question about what was timelines, for example. Timelines are all potential infinite experiences. And what creates a timeline is intention. The moment that we have intention, we are immediately creating a vibrational frequency. That intention has a vibrational frequency. And from that vibrational frequency, immediately, based on what frequency it is created multiple spectrum of potential timelines. If you shift that intention, even just a little bit, you create an entire new spectrum of vibrational frequencies, of vibrational timelines. And so therefore, we think in a way that we're creating in this moment, but all of these potential timelines are a reflection of everything that you've experienced and are currently experiencing simultaneously. All that information is encoded in your genetic code. It is encoded in the DNA. The DNA reads the information, and what happens when we're not conscious and awake in the present moment, all we're doing is we are repeating patterns of experiences. And these patterns of experiences are pulled from our childhood, the programs that we received up until the age of 7, from the womb until the age of 7, and then repeated from that moment forward. And until that information is deprogrammed from any false belief systems or any belief systems that are counter-creative to your broader perspective, you continue to pull from that information. Now, some people in my sessions, they say, I think I'm being influenced by a past life, and I think that past life is causing traumas and problems in my life. Well, there is nothing in the past life that isn't triggered by a repetitive cycle that you're repeating in this lifetime. So in order to undo these repetitive cycles, you have to unpack the information within the current lifetime first. It's through that information that you begin to access these simultaneous lifetimes that you've been repeating for a very long time. And what's really important about our incarnation collectively at this specific time in the universe right now is that every single soul is encoded specifically with information to heal and to end certain cyclical patterns that are no longer in alignment with this evolutionary cycle that we're experiencing collectively. Every human soul that isn't doing the work to deprogram those belief systems from their genetic code will eventually become ill and it will dissolve. Essentially, the organism fades away, it dies. So this is something that can seem very severe for many people, but we are seeing it in our world today. All old vibrational systems are crumbling away because they don't match the current evolutionary process that we're in right now. So our job here, light workers, seekers that are doing this kind of work, is to deprogram as much of these limiting programs as possible in order to continue evolving collectively. First, becoming a match, that's the basic step, becoming a match to these vibrational frequencies, portals, openings, available energies that help activate actually what these portals of sequential numbers and alignment energy do is they allow a broader vision into your genetic information. So what that means is that the veil becomes thinner on these kinds of days like today. The veil is incredibly thin. What does that mean? That means that you can read your genetic code more. You can tune in to ancestral information. You can tune in to past lives. You can tune in to your interdimensional aspects, and you can work with that information. And when I say work with the information, not only are you healing yourself, healing means becoming whole, but you're expanding as an organism. And our job, the more that we become expanded, more points and fragments of ourselves in this interdimensional system of creation become awakened. And every single one of your points that becomes awakened creates, again, the ripple effect of potential timelines that you're experiencing in that nucleus and in the collective. So it's really, really important to do that kind of work. And it's not only important to do that kind of work for, your health, to maintain vitality, but it is the secret of unlocking your purpose, the higher purpose of yourself as an organism that participates in a collective. All the stresses that you have about what my purpose is, what am I here to do, why am I here? Why am I having these experiences happen in my life? They fall short to this other level of understanding of your existence here, because you begin to understand that all of those experiences are holograms, that are just illusions, that are projected from past experiences. You're living in the past. If you're suffering, it means you're living in the past. So to not suffer means to be fully in creation. And that's where we want to be right now. We want to be fully in creation. The creation means that any part of us that continues to go back to these cyclical traumas and problems are now completely, we surrender completely to those. And what it means to surrender really is to understand that to stay in alignment with them is to live in the past, and to create in the now means to create your future. So our attention has to be towards your vitality and your ability to tune in to your gifts that are available to you in the physical and that are available to be channeled from the interdimensional opportunities and fragments of yourself. So on the other side of that, your genetic information is a database of potential experiences. Everything that you've experienced in all of your timelines, in all of your lifetimes, are encoded in your DNA. And so we have the ability of accessing really incredible potential timelines. But if and when you dissolve the traumatic, old, stagnant thought forms. So these timelines are informed by your intention. And if your intention is polluted with fear, with doubt, with anger, with any kind of emotion that you might be feeling in the lower realms, every single potential timeline that you're creating for yourself is infused with that intentional vibrational frequency. So shifting in days like this means that you're deliberately choosing your intentions. And deliberately choosing intentions is really important. And it requires a level of authenticity and truth with yourself that sometimes can be very frightening and very difficult to do. So it's something that you need to sit with yourself and nurture the parts of yourself that feel afraid to deal with those unknowns or those difficult emotions that come up. This is how we support ourselves. And in moving forward, in reading this genetic information, you're going to come across a lot of information that's very difficult to handle sometimes. A lot of us have very, very deep-seated traumas. And when we don't address and sit with the emotions that were created in those experiences, we become slaves to these emotions. they are basically designing the life and the patterns that we're experiencing. So, in order to, and many people, sometimes they have those emotions and they just suppress them and ignore them. What ends up happening is that as a whole organism, you can't just make something disappear. It is defining your expression. So, you have to be able to address that information, because you might be able to live a pleasant life ignoring it. But the problem is that as a whole organism, your vibrational frequency is still a match to these repetitive cyclical programs. And so, even at the time of death, for example, when you are leaving, or at the time of sleep, even, because sleep is the first entryway into these higher dimensional planes and essentially leaving the body. So even in the time of sleep, you will be encountered with experiences that still match that kind of repetitive trauma. And so a lot of my clients ask me, my life is wonderful in the daytime, but at nighttime I'm having all these, terrible dreams and experiences. How can I get a hold of it? So immediately that tells us that there's unresolved trauma, there's unresolved experiences that have not been looked at. There is emotional stagnation somewhere within the 13-dimensional layers of your multidimensional body. And there is nothing that is being expressed in your reality that isn't in your current lifetime and is a mirror to other past lifetimes that you've experienced. So, as you can see, your reality is a projection of everything that you are, and you cannot hide from the parts of yourself that are darkness that you don't want to see. So, in days when we have powerful portal openings, all of that opens up, and it's an opportunity for you to heal that. It's an opportunity for you to work with the fragments that are created in those experiences and reintegrate them. When we become fragmented in these traumatic experiences, we are more enmeshed into the matrix. The matrix thrives off fragmentation of human soul. So why is that? Because the human organism is such a beautiful, complex, multidimensional organism that any part of you that is being tampered, either in the physical or any other dimensional plane, it can become fragmented. And fragmentation means that more of you gets enmeshed and stuck in those timelines. The entire matrix multiverse is made up of infinite potential timelines, and it's within timelines that energy is sourced, and it can be depleted. It becomes a portal to your core essence. So every single fragment of yourself that is existing on a timeline becomes a drain of life force for you, potentially, if it's negative. There are also higher fragments of yourself, and they can be nourishing if you know how to tune into those. But every single fragment of yourself is basically a portal to your core essence. And it's through the main body, this vessel in this current timeline, that becomes the main source of life force for infinite fragments of yourself and all of the participants in those experiences. So if you have experiences with really low vibrational entities, beings, all of those things, they feed off of this fragment of yourself that is created in that traumatic experience. And we create the fragment and we create the entities. The entities are us. They are a fragment of ourselves as well in the dimensional plane that is, again, the abandonment of the self. It becomes an abandoned aspect of yourself. And that abandoned aspect of yourself drains its life force through this fragment. So essentially, the human body becomes dispersed. Its life force becomes weaker and weaker as more fragmentation occurs throughout its life. So what's the opposite of that? How do we reintegrate? How do we become whole? How does one heal? You heal by first acknowledging these fragments, because many of us go through life without even knowing and understanding fragmentation, without understanding trauma, pain, suffering. Each one of those experiences is the potential for energy loss. So we have to reintegrate that fragment by becoming aware of it. Just the fact that you acknowledge these things right now, you have the ability of reintegrating this fragment into your body. And that means that you become whole with every reintegration. That's really, really powerful. Ultimately, you as a human are an organism that has the potential of becoming huge and whole as a life force. But we deplete our life force because we get too caught up in the three-dimensional plane, experience trauma because we are curious about emotions. We want to experience contrast. We want to savor emotions. We often want to savor experiences. And through the ego that wants to savor those things, we become trapped in those experiences because we don't realize that they're temporary. And that is a depletion of life force. So how do we regain? Exercises like Qigong, energy management, energetic hygiene are essential, because this is the next step. All of these experiences that we're talking about are encoded in your DNA. Your DNA is a holographic projection system of experiences. So once you begin to understand that, you understand that reading through meditation, through sitting down, being quiet, reading your DNA, you are beginning to become aware. This is how we become awakened. Becoming awake is not any longer the old definition that we're just becoming awake in this current timeline, that we're just being aware, that we're just noticing and living in the present moment. We're now entering a completely different phase and state of engagement in this matrix now, okay, in this reality. The engagement now is about mastery of architect of your life. You become the master of creation. And this is what it's about right now. How do you become the master of creation? Is that you understand how you are creating. Everything that is encoded in your DNA is cyclical patterns. Once you end those cyclical patterns and you're no longer reliving the patterns that your mother was living, father was living, ancestral lineage, all the way back to the very beginning of life conception on this planet, you are removing yourself from the matrix. Your vibrational frequency shifts, and now you become a match to the natural laws of evolution. You are no longer matching the frequency of the matrix, you are matching the evolutionary rotation of the whole. And you have access to way more information. You have access to parts of you, and your gifts are coming online. All of these things are a result of you awakening on this different dimensional level. And so it's really, really important that you begin to understand this, because as we're moving through the shifts on Earth, we are going through major changes right now. Major changes. I cannot stress how important it is for us to be very alert and move out of the cloud of illusion that we've been intoxicated by over the past year of fear, 2 years of fear, and even more so before that, the illusion of the matrix and the physical body and this kind of experience. We need to be able to transcend the illusion of this matrix in a way where you become master creator. And so a lot of you that are here with me tuning into this have been working. You guys, all of you have past lifetimes where you've already mastered the majority of these things. Now it's time to practice this and embody the work. Live in this kind of, it's almost like a dual vision, if you, so to speak, because now we're not enmeshed in the physical. Now you're working on this other level, okay? And it is necessary. It's necessary. This isn't an illusion. This isn't a distraction. This is essential to understanding how we are going to be choosing timelines collectively. Because of the changes that are happening in the world right now, we have potential war events going on. And those, even though they may or may not manifest into its full form, they will definitely be utilized to manipulate other systems of our reality. And they will try to cause more constriction in availability of resources and other things like that. So it's important that we assist in shifting timelines by, in the meditation, holding space for us to remove from that. It's very important. And how we do that, number one, is by purifying yourself from your own trauma and cyclical patterns that you're reliving in your life. And two, by beginning to align with what is most beneficial for the collective. We are not going to know what is beneficial for the collective if we don't understand the integration of duality between us. You're not going to know what is intuitively, or the vibrational frequency that you need to align to, the timeline that needs to be chosen, if you're not first integrated within yourself. So it's important to do that work at this time right now, because your intuitive abilities are now becoming the tools of navigation on a much higher level, literally in the physical. Before, it's good to have intuition to help us navigate little daily life experiences, great, fun, cool. Now it's different. Now we need to tune into that in order to help the collective. And all of you star seeds, everyone is a star seed. All of you that has access to your information of other dimensional planes, you need to read this information, process, discern, because in information that you receive from other dimensional planes is the ability to access key code-like information that helps us understand our reality, okay? Sometimes things are shown to us in dreams. We have to pay attention right now. From this moment moving forward, we are tuning into layers of information that assist your soul evolution, not just your everyday experience, okay? And even though, now let's take it to the earth level, okay? What's happening right now in the earth level? We are having to surrender in such a powerful way that all of the things that were your comfort zone are now going away, okay? So if you've created a little comfort zone for yourself over the past couple years, I guarantee that that's going to begin dissolving. And the purpose of that is, number one, for you to trust yourself. Trust in the self is the number one thing that we have to begin building, because if you and this is the divine feminine healing, right? This is the divine feminine rising that we talk about in the age of Aquarius. What does that mean? What is the feminine? The feminine is surrender, it's intuition, it's trust. And this is what we've been lacking collectively for a long time. And what a lot of us fear, it is the healing of the mother. Okay, if you're also having mother issues in your life, this is the healing of the mother, and those things will be heightened. And it doesn't have to just be the mother, it's anyone that represents the mother in your life. All feminine aspects, externally and internally, are completely coming up for us. And the purpose of that, the root of that, is to heal trust, intuition, and surrender. Okay, so today's portal that we have opening, this grand availability of information and energy, is to understand that the new opening opportunities that are coming to us, we need to trust, surrender, and the trust has to be so strong in yourself that you allow yourself to go into experiences knowing that you are connected to your source and in tune with what is best for yourself as a whole, and the collective. That's where the focus is shifting to now. So in today's meditation, in today's work, I want to go into the shadows of ourselves that we're still struggling with. And if you have been experiencing major shifts in your life over the past couple of months, um, we need to work with the fragments of yourself that have been created from those shifts and reintegrate from them so that you can begin to understand and channel the information necessary to continue this work. This is the beginning of a big, long work. And actually, for the next 4 months from today's date to the 4 months on exactly to the date, will be kind of like the next shift for you, the next shift for you collectively. And so that will allow for all of this that's happening to be, you're going to get very clear about why these things are happening in your life right now. So let's get started, everybody. I am so honored to be here with you. I love you very much. I am very excited to share. And if anybody has any questions, please go ahead. I'll be really happy to answer these questions at the end of the session. And let's get started with our meditation. So let's go ahead and inhale deeply. And exhale. We're going to begin to connect with our physical body. We're going to start at the toes. Going up into the feet, into the ankles, the shift, the calves, the knees. Going up into the thighs. Breathing. Releasing any stagnation in the body, any heavy emotions. Going up into the hips. Going up into the solar plexus, the center core of the body. And we're going to check in with our body, noticing the emotions that are in the body at this time. Taking a moment to be completely still. As you acknowledge the emotions that are in your body, we're going to kindly and compassionately remove every single one of those emotions out of the body, one by one. Allowing yourself to come into a state of complete neutrality. Complete calm. We're going to go up into the chest now, into the lungs, into the heart center, breathing deeply. Being mindful of every muscle in the body, in the back, in the abdomen, noticing where we are tense and where we can release any tension in the body. And helping your body stay as still as possible. Especially for those of you that find it difficult to meditate and to sit still, I want you to really help your body in staying very still during this meditation. And breathing in through the discomfort of parts of you that want to move. Because the areas that don't want to stay still are the areas that are holding on to memories, emotional memories in the muscle. Muscle memories of the body store all of the emotions that haven't been processed or acknowledged. So with every breath you take, you're just going to breathe through anything that hasn't been processed properly. And a lot of times you'll be able to pick up on the emotions that are there that are causing this feeling of unsettledness or wanting to move, nervousness. Going up into the arms, into the elbows, the hands, flushing out any stagnation in the palms of your hands. If you're healers especially, flushing out anything that you've accumulated in the body, breathing. Going up into the neck, okay? Now, for a lot of us, there has been a lot of energetic weight that is stagnant in the neck area. And that's simply because of the energetic placement of the universe at this time. This is the part of the body that's storing a lot of information, viruses, anger, emotions, heaviness, all here within the neck, from the nape of the neck all the way down to the muscles here on the shoulder. I want you to breathe into that space and imagine that as you exhale, you're exhaling this dark, heavy clouds out of this space here in the nape of the neck. A lot of stagnation happens in this part of the body because what's limiting the majority of the collective is the ability to express. And it's also the imbalance of the feminine and masculine, the light and the dark right now. We are really feeling that kind of contrast right now. And so it's expressed in the physical body, and it's heightening and stored and stagnant in this part. This stagnation does not allow source to anchor into the center core of our body. We have a cord of life force that moves through the body, and when we don't move this energy, it blocks its natural flow through the meridian lines, the runways of energy through the body. So with every breath you take, focus on now the back of the skull and really focus on breathing into that back of the skull, waking up, clearing any stagnation. Notice if you have any cords in that part of your body right now. Notice if you have any attachments in that part of the body right now. Breathing deeply. Breathing deeply. Going up into the head now. Let's go into the cranium. You're going to go into, take your attention to the gray matter of the brain in between the skull and the brain. And you're going to breathe in and you're going to illuminate that part of the body. Illuminate that part of the body. Imagine breathing, activating, waking up all of those very important nervous terminations here at the top of the skull. Activating the crown as you begin to open up that space there. Wherever we focus our awareness is what becomes conscious in the body. So we want to become conscious as a whole organism, not just the face, not just the front of the body. The entire organism has to come online. Okay. We're going to go now into the brain, into the pineal gland. Take all of your attention into the pineal gland and just imagine that with every breath you take, And every exhale, you're releasing dark clouds of stagnation in the pineal gland. Breathing deeply. Okay. You're going to go down to the amygdala. You're going to do the same. And you're going to become aware of your entire spinal cord. Go ahead and take the energy, your breathing, down to the root of the spine and back up to the crown of the head again. Waking up the spinal cord. This is your antenna, your receiver of information, and your major storage of information. So when this is asleep, we are not processing information correctly. Okay, so waking up that part of the body. Okay, so you're going to start feeling buzzing in your body. As with every breath you take, we're going to go deeper. We're going to begin running energy. I want you to visualize from the center of the earth a powerful wave of green life force that comes rushing up into the body, creating a vortex of energy. Go ahead and visualize creating a powerful vortex, and the vortex that you're moving is your own vortex. This is you. You are a vortex. And what we want to do is we want to shift the way that this vortex moves so that it moves faster. Okay? You might feel right now that it feels heavy. It might feel difficult to imagine rotating, and that's because we have a lot of stagnant energy in the lower 3 chakras, and we're going to work on that in just a second. But for now, go ahead and push as much as you can, rotating that green light force around the body. You're going to imagine that the 13 layers of your body are being cleaned up as you rotate this life force through you. Breathing. And the more still you become, the more you can control the rotation of this vortex. Okay. From the universe, from source, you're going to visualize a powerful wave of cosmic energy coming down through the crown of your head, combining with that green earth energy. Go ahead and visualize that green and gold energy mixing, rotating all around you. And as it rotates around your body, it begins to create a powerful sensation of movement. Breathing. You're now going to take 10% or a small percent of this combination. You're going to channel it back down to the center of the earth. We take a small percentage of this energy because we need to utilize and allocate this energy to 3-dimensional aspects of your multidimensional body. And the physical is the heaviest, so it requires more of your life force. We create this channel going down to the center of the earth. You're going to imagine that everything that you're clearing up from the 13-dimensional layers, you are channeling down to the earth, leaving your body. Everything that no longer serves you exits your space. Breathing deeply. Go back to the solar plexus. You're going to take 80% of that now. You're going to channel it up your spine and from the crown of your head, creating a fountain, coating the outside of your field, of your protective field. So just visualize coating the outside. You are clearing the matrix. You are clearing any kind of delusions, any connections, cords to people, places, and things that are no longer in alignment with you. You are neutralizing from your energetic space. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that with every breath you take, you're calling back your life force into the physical body. Bring it back, okay, from all time and space, all dimensional layers. You're calling back your fragments into this moment, all the fragments that are ready to be reintegrated compassionately into the body. Breathing deeply. As you feel that buzzing moving through the body, you're going to go ahead and focus on back to the solar plexus. You're going to take that final 10%, go ahead and nurture it, feeding it into the body now, bringing that green and gold energy and absorbing it into the pores, into the flesh, the muscles, the bones, down to the cellular level of the body. With every breath you take, you're allowing yourself to heal the body. And I want you to really focus. If you have illnesses, if you have imbalances, if you're dealing with some kind of physical ailments, I want you to put your intention. Remember that you are the master of this physical body, and illness does not exist in the body in which we hold in a high vibration. And that high vibration is complete surrender. So in this moment, allow yourself to feed into all the parts of your body that require nurturing, healing, and absorb it, healing into the body. You're going to feel the energy moving through. If you feel that you are rocking back and forth, that's okay. You are releasing any stagnant energy in the lower areas. Okay, if you've been in a lot of fear or survival over the past couple weeks, you're probably going to be rotating and rocking. So that's okay. Okay, just allow yourself to release all of that. Okay, with every breath you take, you're going to go deeper now. I want you to create an anchor from your body down to the center of the earth. Go ahead and ground yourself and see yourself as an extension of earth now. Okay, you are literally channeling cosmic energy into the center of the earth, and you become a conduit of healing for earth. So with every breath you take, anchor yourself into the core of the planet through that channel that you created. Feel yourself coming more into your body. You're going to focus on your core, and you're going to just imagine that your energetic body all around you is completely enclosed inside of a sphere. This sphere is awareness. You are fully engaged in this moment. You're not dozing off. You're not sleeping. You're not disconnected. You're completely engaged in this moment, completely aware of your body 360 degrees around you. So with every breath you take, as you're fully in your body, we're going to begin to work with the chakra system. Go ahead and focus on the root chakra at the base of the spine. You're going to gently visualize shrinking that chakra down to the size of a dime. With every breath you take, controlling this portal of information that informs your reality, you're going to be minimizing it for a moment. And we minimize it so that we can begin to correct any imbalances that are being projected from the root chakra. So if we're in survival, we immediately remove ourselves out of survival as we control this space. So breathing deeply, closing that chakra, you're going to begin to notice how the body becomes more calm, more centered. You're going to go up to the sacral, close that chakra down to the size of a dime, shrink it down. You're going to go up to the solar plexus. Go ahead and close that chakra all the way down to the sides of a dime, disconnecting any imbalance in the emotional body. Breathing. Okay. Now, this is the most wonderful part, especially to do today. I want you to go up to your heart and you're going to expand that heart chakra. And today it will feel easier than other days because of the energetic alignments that are available for you. This portal is in alignment with all of these higher levels. So as you open them, you're engaging and participating in this shift. So expand your heart chakra, open front and back, not just the front. You're also opening the back, opening the center of unconditional love, of connection. And everyone that's here working with us on this workshop is literally becoming one as we are all uniting in this work. You're going to go up to your throat chakra. You're going to do the same. You're going to open that throat chakra as wide as possible, opening the center for communication, for expression. Excellent. You're going to go up now to the third eye. You're going to go ahead and expand that chakra as wide as possible, opening the center of intuition. Go ahead and open that chakra. Front and back. Okay. So you are open. Your body is open to receive right now. I want you to fill your home, wherever you are right now. Surround your space with golden light. You're going to create a container, a powerful container in your space. So go ahead and fill your room with golden light, or office or car, wherever you are. Okay? And we're going to begin to channel from source. We're going to bring down a powerful wave of white light that will illuminate all the way up from the 13th chakra down to the core of this earth. So go ahead and bring that white light down, all the way down. I want you to feel, it's going to feel like a warm liquid coming down in through the crown of your head, into the center core of the body, cleansing, purifying, restoring every single system of creation. This beautiful vessel, if we have been abusing the vessel, if we haven't been sleeping or eating correctly or exercising, we are nourishing and clearing the body of all of stagnant, suffering, heavy emotions. So just imagine that you're gently spinning the chakras, and the chakras usually spin in an alternating spiral motion up the body. So just organically notice how your chakras are spinning, which direction they want to spin, and how you are receiving that source light through the body as you channel it through. Breathing deeply, bringing that energy down into the body, removing from the third eye any blockages. And you're not just working in the third eye, you're working in the sixth layer of the body. So go ahead and tune in to the sixth layer of your body. And let's check into the condition of the sixth layer. Are there tears? Are there openings? Are there images of events, past lives, future lives, fragments of ourselves? Go ahead and clear out everything that doesn't serve you anymore from the 6th layer of your body. Allow that white light to clear and clean the slate clean so that you can begin to manifest forward. Just imagine that white light coating like a bubble all around you, cleansing that 6th layer of your body. If you find it difficult to move in this layer, it means that we have a lot of programs of mistrust. There's doubt in the self. So just notice them without judgment and let go of what you need to let go of now. Okay, you're going to go down to the throat chakra now. This is the 5th layer of the body. Go ahead and visualize repairing the 5th layer of the body. Imagine that you're bringing that white source light and coating the entire 5th layer of the body all around you, healing, restoring, regenerating your 5th layer, removing any blockages in your 5th layer that you find. Making sure that your 5th layer is completely solid, smooth, complete all around you. You're going to go down now to the heart chakra. Okay. Go ahead and visualize that you're accessing the 4th layer of your body, and you're going to just coat the 4th layer of your body with this white light, removing any blockages here within this layer, repairing, restoring the 4th layer of the body. Noticing emotions that come up, any emotions that are triggered by doing this practice. Make sure that you are repairing all the way down and underneath your feet on all of these layers, because the layers surround our entire body 360 degrees. This is the extent of the chakras. So essentially your 4th chakra is all the way underneath your feet, above your body, all the way around 360 degrees. Okay. You're going to go down to your solar plexus now, the emotional body. And this is where things oftentimes get kind of messy, where we begin to find a lot of information. So go ahead and go into your 3rd layer and just gently observe where you feel openings, tears, stagnation, blockages, and you're going to eliminate all of that, pulling in that white source light into that 3rd dimensional layer of your body. Pulling it all the way down, healing through the body, down underneath your feet, back and in front of the body, all the way around. And you're going to have a feeling of a sensation feeling more complete as you do this. Breathing. You're going to go now to the sacral, going down to the second layer of the body. Go ahead and pull that white life source into the center core and into the third layer of the body, all the way around 360 degrees. Breathing. We're going to go down to the first layer of your body now. Pull that white source light into the first layer, coat the entire first layer of your body, and just beginning to heal the body. Now that you're here, in this time, in this space, you're going to see yourself as a big organism of light. You are moving that white source light through the body, anchoring it into the center of the earth. I want you to begin to observe your body now. We're going to begin to look at the past 30 days, any experiences that have caused anxiety, stress, anger. I want you to begin to notice any memories that come up the most for you. Go ahead and take a look at that. As you review the past 30 days, notice the emotions that you most come into in those 30 days. And all of the memories of the past 30 days are going to begin to manifest around your energetic field, all around you. Manifest into some kind of form, some shape. It doesn't matter what kind of form or shape, you're just going to see the memories solidifying first as thoughts, and then you're going to see them manifest in your energetic field as objects. Okay, you're becoming aware of all the things that you're carrying in your space that have not been processed. And if the memory comes to mind, it means that it's existing in your energetic space. So maybe if you think that you've processed or addressed that, it's still in your space if it comes up as a memory now. Just notice the part of the body that becomes triggered as you tune into these memories. That's the part of the body that's storing the emotional data. This is very important to notice because this is the part of the body that is stagnating, life force moving naturally through your organism. Okay. As you see all of these objects lingering in your energetic space, I want you to notice the quality of these objects, the quality of the stagnation, the color of these stagnant objects in your energetic field. Where are they more located? Are they located more on the right or on the left? Are they located on the higher parts of the body or the lower parts of the body? This is very important because you are reading your multidimensional body. The location and placement of each one of these objects defines the stagnation, the quality of vibrational frequency that is being stagnant there, and the organs in the body and the nervous systems that it's connected to. Okay, so if you have something in the lower parts of the body, it's affecting the lower extremities. It's more rooted in the lower chakras. If it's something that's hovering above the higher levels of your body, it's connected to the higher chakras. And it's connected to any kind of organs or systems that are functioning from the higher parts of the body. So just notice how there, if there are correlations with any kinds of physical ailments that you might be having, any imbalances or physical triggers that have come up in the past month. More than likely, the areas that are heavier and with more traffic of objects is where you are holding on to the majority of the illness in the holographic body. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at all these objects that are in your space, and we're going to begin to dissolve them one by one. Now that you are in your highest frequency, reading state, meaning that your first three are closed and your top three are open, you have the ability of identifying your highest vibrational frequency. So at this time, I want you to take yourself up to the 9th dimensional chakra. Take yourself up to the 9th dimensional chakra. You're going to focus on the 9th dimensional chakra. And you're going to sit there for a moment, adjusting your frequency to that high level. When you look underneath you, you can see your body and you can see all of your objects still lingering in your energetic space. Just take a moment to observe that. Notice your holographic body. Okay? So being here in the 9th dimensional plane, you have access to the higher realms of information. I want you to create a blank screen in front of you, and you're going to allow yourself to see the color that represents your highest vibrational frequency for this new chapter of healing and evolution at this current time. So go ahead and allow your see the first color that comes up in that space. Okay, if it's more than one, that's okay. Okay, we're going to take this new color and we're going to go down to the 8th chakra now, from the 9th to the 8th. Okay, and now that you're in the 8th chakra, you're going to illuminate that 8th chakra with the color that you found. Illuminate that 8th chakra. Illuminate the 8th chakra. Fill it in. Activate it. Spin the 8th chakra. You're activating your higher vision at this time. And the 8th, when you master the 8th chakra, you are a master creator. So we are changing our frequency to become master creators in this moment. So now that you are here in the 8th chakra with your illuminated crown, I want you to shine that light on top of each one of these objects, and you're going to dissolve them from your energetic body. So let's begin moving through the body. You can begin at the lower levels or the higher levels, beginning to dissolve almost as if you're using a laser from your crown on top of all of these objects in your space. Let's see that now. As you let go of each one of these objects, I want you to notice and pay attention to the emotions and the triggers that are caused in the body. A lot of times when we have a hard program, what you're dissolving here is lifetimes of programs that are accumulated into one thought form that you have created over the past month. So don't be surprised if when you're dissolving it, you feel an anxiety or a part of you that feels afraid of letting go. If that comes up, I want you to sit with that feeling and nurture it. Let it know that it's safe. It's safe, and that it is learning. It has learned all of the lessons necessary from that experience, and that it's okay to let it go. The ego tends to protect itself by creating mechanisms of survival. And we need to teach the ego that there is another way of living that is more intuitive and more engaged with the unknown in a way where it can flow, trusting and more fluidly. And it's very hard for the ego to do that. So at this time, allow yourself to let go of each one of those heavy programs, gently nurturing, watching your emotions and dissolving. You can burn it up. You can imagine dissolving it into dust. You can imagine it turning into water and draining out of your body. You can imagine it just disappearing, shooting out into space. Whatever you feel real, I want you to really use your imagination. And I want you to trust yourself when you feel that it's finished completely, or if it's not finished completely and you need to continue to spend more time on this object. We are moving beyond quantum time and space. So you are dissolving potential lifetimes of information from your energetic body. So allow yourself to trust that you have the ability of eliminating and becoming a master of this multidimensional body. Do that now. If you find it difficult to eliminate anything, you can imagine vacuuming it, dissolving it, again, whatever you feel is necessary. So sometimes you might find that some of these objects are hiding behind layers of your body. Don't be afraid to pull from behind those layers and get them out. Okay, these are things that are usually in the further reaches of your energetic body. The farther away this program is, the less conscious and aware you are of it. The closer to the body it is, the more conscious and more actively you're accessing that data in your present life. So just be aware of that. Okay. Go ahead and notice any fine threads that are connecting from the objects to your body, and be sure to clear very meticulously all of those threads that connect to the body. And this time you are healing your physical body at the same time. Very good. Once you clean up enough of these, you're going to start to feel an expansion in your heart and your throat. Specifically today, the energy today allows us to tune in to higher bands of energy. So you're going to feel an opening in the heart center. I want you to focus on that opening once you feel that you're done clearing your energetic bodies. And you're going to channel that life force, white light, into all areas of your multidimensional body. Imagine that from your crown, you are filling the inside of every layer of your body with white light to heal, seal, and replace whatever we removed with white source light now. So the entire body becomes completely infused with white light on every dimensional layer. Breathing deeply. Okay, focus on the physical body now. You're going to clear out from the physical body any kind of ailments in the physical body, any discomfort in the physical body. Focus on eliminating it from the body. So let's say you have a tummy ache or a little soreness in the back of your back. You're going to eliminate it from the body using your mind. And you can also shine your crown on those parts of the body. Focus on eliminating any discomfort in the physical body at this time. And be very attentive to the parts of the body that are speaking to you right now. If there's discomfort anywhere, that's information that you need to address at this time. To make it easy to remove information, you can visualize creating a vortex and pulling it out, okay? In this healing, it's always good to have a vortex outside of your body, usually outside of your home. So if you have a window, go ahead and visualize creating that vortex outside your window, and it becomes like an anchor that you latch on to the parts of your body that need to be healed, and you pull it out of your body, heal it out of the body, release it, okay? So you're going to just allow yourself to let all of that go. You can use your hand, visualizing channeling white light and focusing on the parts of the body that need to be healed and pulling it out. So we're going to heal the physical body now, any parts of the body that are holding on to this heavy information. Immediately begin to feel a complete shift in the physical body. So let's go deeper now. Now that we're here, now that we have cleansed the body of all this stagnation, you're going to take a nice deep breath. And I want you to begin to notice in front of you all of the fragments of yourself that have been created in these past experiences in a crowd in front of you. Go ahead and take a look at them. All of your fragments that have been created over the past month in these experiences, in past lives, in alternate dimensional planes. This is an opportunity today to read and look at all of the fragments that require healing at this time in order to move forward. So you're going to see a giant room in front of you filled with your fragments, all the damaged parts of us, all the shadow parts of us that have not been acknowledged, that have not been healed. Go ahead and see them in front of you. Okay. As you observe them in front of you, I want you to notice what is it that they need in order to embody their highest expression. And be mindful when you see this. Observe quietly, in stillness. Observe each one of them carefully to understand. If you see energy, you might see colors, you might see frequencies, you might feel the frequencies, you might feel what they need, you might know what they need, you might see what they need. Remember, each person has a different way of picking up information, so use the tools available to you. And as you address what needs to be seen, you're also identifying what they need in order to heal from that. Do they need more support? Do they need safety? Do they need love? Do they need compassion? Do they need acknowledgement? What do they need? Take a look at them. And as you see them as a whole, you'll notice their vibrational frequency. I want you to shine your crown light on top of all of them, and you're going to feed them with everything that they require. For example, if they need support, you're going to provide them with support. You're also going to feel it in the part of the body that heals from that. So go ahead and see, be attentive to all these parts of communication that you're creating right now, mind, body, and soul. Allow the fragments to absorb. Allow them to heal. And we're going to take it now to the collective. I want you to broaden your vision from your fragments to the world. I want you to notice all of the similar frequencies in the world that are causing problems in the world around us. People from all around the world that are vibrating at this same thought forms of lack, of fear, of disconnect, of separation. Just notice our brothers and sisters, how they also suffer in the same way that we are suffering at this time through these fragmentations. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to hold space collectively to bring healing to the unconscious and subconscious fragments of the collective. So I want you to see an ocean of all of the fragments in these altar realms that are feeling separate from the whole. And we're going to just invite them by bringing white light to notice that we are one. I want you to bring white light upon all these fragments. Imagine that you are coating the entire planet Earth with white light. Remembering to any fragment of any human that is willing to listen that they are one, that they have the ability to connect to this internal greatness, wholeness, empowerment beyond the physical illusion. So allow all fragments to begin to feel this love, bringing unconditional love into your body. You're going to become a conduit. You're going to visualize that the vortex that rotates around your body is infused with love, and it begins to spill that unconditional love out into our environment. Okay? You're going to surround yourself in unconditional love, and you're going to channel that unconditional love to your fragments and to all fragments here that we are sharing in the collective. As we begin to channel this white source around the entire planet Earth, we begin to tune into the collective Akashic DNA of all humans at this time. And taking a moment collectively, each and every one of you that's joining me today, to infuse and to remind gently every single soul the opportunity of unity that is available, the potential timeline of unity that is available, that exists for the collective. Bringing nurturing to the fearful parts of us that fear integration, that fear intimacy, that fear unity, that are insecure, judgmental, that fear being seen for what they truly are, in all its divinity, in all its darkness, in all its light. Bring that white light as a reminder to soften the fear of any organism entering and traversing into the unknown on any dimensional plane. expanding and feeling it in the heart center. You're going to feel your heart center expanding really wide right now because you are transforming into a conduit. As you channel unconditional love to yourself, to your fragments, and to the whole, you remind yourself once again that there is no separation, there is no survival, there is only being. And for a moment, you begin to feel freedom. You begin to feel peace, expansion. So as you tune into that feeling of peace, expansion, freedom, you are raising the collective of yourself and all these fragments that you are inviting. Take a moment to hold and anchor that state, that feeling in that state. You are co-creating on levels beyond the physical at this time. Breathe through any parts of you that resist holding this feeling of peace in your body. If you feel resistance, you're just picking up on the collective, and you are the collective. Breathing 3 breaths. Now that we're here, I want you to begin to chant 3 ohms with me. Om is a powerful vibrational frequency that when you have that vibration in the body, it assists the entire meridian lines to readjust to a different level of frequency. So you're going to begin to chant the Om, and you're going to imagine that the O sound is the source cord that moves through you, opening and anchoring into source and into the center of the earth. And as you do that, you're going to imagine yourself being like a radio wave that expands that vibrational frequency to yourself and all living organisms around you. So go ahead and begin with the first Om. Go ahead and notice that when you purse the lips together to create the M, you're going to feel that vibration in your body. I want you to really savor that vibrational realignment in the physical body because you're tuning in to vibrational frequencies of the collective right now. With every breath you take, the visualization and the intention behind this is that you are breaking and assisting any kind of resistance in the collective field. I want you to sit in this state of unconditional love and unity, and you're going to see your fragments in front of you have merged into one. So as you see that one fragment of yourself, you're going to see that it's changed. Observe that change. Recognize your highest expression in this change. You're going to inhale deeply, bringing that fragment into your physical body. As you're going to integrate it into the root chakra, as you spin it really fast, informing it of its new understanding of the collective, into the sacral, spinning it really fast, into the solar, spinning it really fast, into the heart chakra, spinning it really fast, into the throat, spinning, into the third eye, spinning. 7 bodies in, 7 bodies out, all charges down to 0, negative infinite. We become 0 when we become all. And so at this time, you are becoming one with the whole. With every breath you take now, begin to see all of the fragments of the whole uniting, changing their frequency, becoming light. And we're going to allow all of that light to infuse into the core of the earth together. You're going to bring it, that white light, into the channel through your body, anchoring it down to the center of the earth. Okay, so breathing deeply with every breath you take, it's almost as if you're pulsating more of that white light into your body down to the center core. You're going to anchor, and you're going to begin to open the root chakra. Open it up, spinning it once again, eliminating any final things. The chakra it has almost like petals or ribbons that create your energetic field around you. Your entire energetic field is made out of ribbons of information. And so each one of the chakras has these ribbons. Sometimes when we have stagnation and trauma, the ribbons break or the ribbons become stagnant or paralyzed. So I want you to observe the health of your root chakra. And you can imagine with your mind moving these ribbons so that all of them are expanding and expressed, balanced, and in its most highest expression. So go ahead and see that in the root. Let's go ahead and go up to the sacral. Open that sacral chakra. Opening, rebalancing, clearing, healing any of these aspects of the sacral chakra. Okay. You are also working with the field of your body, and I will explain more on that on another video, but the field of the body becomes readjusted by moving of these ribbons. They're like, the ribbons are made of spirals of information, and each one of them is informing and writing the genetic code in the hologram. So when we adjust that, we begin to adjust the physical body, literally. You can go up to the solar plexus. You're going to open it back up and rebalance it. Okay. You're going to go up to the heart chakra. Your heart chakra is already open. Let's close it just a little bit so that we can be connected to all realms, not just the highest realms, in a balanced state. You're going to go up to the throat. You're going to gently close the chakra just a little bit. Again, readjusting, checking into the health of your throat chakra, noticing imbalances, going up to the third eye, closing it just a little bit, healing any imbalances, going up to the crown, and you are shining in your new brilliant color. Okay. I want you to illuminate the 9th chakra with your crown color. Illuminate the 10th. Illuminate the 11th. Activate the information there. And this is a great opportunity for you to begin to pull down information. Today, on this very special day, in the 11th dimensional plane, we have access a lot of information that is available for download. And this is mainly about our genetic information. So I want you to take a moment in the 11th dimensional plane and allow those downloads to enter into the body if you feel that you need them, if you feel called to tune into that information. Allow yourself to absorb that. And what it's going to do, it's going to readjust your system so that you can hold more light coming into these new times that we're coming into, okay? And it's completely free will, so it's completely up to you how much you take or if you take it. Go up to the 12th dimensional plane. Again, you're going to open up, activate the 12th, activate the 13th. Okay, and above you is the source. We have infinite chakras above there. We're going to activate up to the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21 and 22. So in the 22nd chakra, those souls that are here to move forward in evolution, we are activating up to the 22nd chakra today. Okay, this is the portal of information. Tune into that and allow yourself to channel what's necessary for this time for you. It's going to spend 1 minute here in the 22nd dimensional plane. And I want you to just allow yourself to tune in to the information that's available for you there. Go ahead and anchor this information down to the center of the earth into your body. Okay. And above you is a powerful white light of source. I want you to connect up to source and bring that white light down back into the body. You're going to surround your body in unconditional love. You're going to absorb it into the core of your body, healing the body. I want you to create a symbol for this new phase in your life that represents healing and integration. Go ahead and create that symbol. You're going to surround yourself in that symbol. And go ahead and open your eyes. You are grounded down to the center of the earth. You're protected in your field of light. Your chakras are in complete alignment, connecting all the way up to source. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was such a pleasure to work with you. And if you have any questions, please put them down below. If you have a new color that you're holding in your crown chakra, tell me what it is. I'd love to see it. I just want to give a shout out to everyone that joined me here today. You guys did some powerful work, and I thank you for your intuition in joining me. So quick shout outs to, wow, so many people here today. Oh, Trisha's here. Hi, Trisha, John, Amy, Nurse Tanya. Oh my gosh, hello. Z Zen, Paula Steele. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for thinking of me. And thank you for my birthday wishes, everyone. My birthday was on Friday, and I am very grateful for all the love that I received. It really means the world to me. Thank you. Angelina Sedano, I'm so happy to see you. John McDowell, Amy AR, Angie Enlightened Tarot. It's so nice to have you here from the UK. Thank you for joining us. Inner Star, so happy to have you here. Liza, Adrienne, Wilderness Michael, so nice to see you. Fiorella, all my love to you. Inner Star, Mariana Constantine, Amy AR, Alexander Ramirez, so good to see you. Trisha is here. Let's see who else. Vanessa, oh, I'm so happy to see you, Vanessa. Israel, so great to see you. Janine, Teresa Hernandez, Israel Salazar, Christine Bangalore. We are collective now, we're entering a new phase. Yes, we are. Israel Salazar, 444, nice. Love you so much. Blessed by the best. Yes, Luana, so good to see you. Jesse, Peak Mufon FI. Oneness, exactly, you're always looking for. Yeah, Brown Dot. Oh my God, we just got a super chat. Thank you so much. Who sent this? Lisa Davy. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, major shout out to Lisa Davy. I am so honored. Thank you for that. Victoria Ileana, thank you. It's so wonderful to see you, Diana. Brave Seal, that's Victoria. Thank you. It's my birthday today, and I have visits You're awesome, Geraldine. Victoria, happy birthday. It's so nice of you to join me on your birthday. What a gift for me that is. Please enjoy your day and your family. Price, Joyce Hartman, Janine Salinas, Maya Alexandra. Oh my gosh. IJP, so good. Tips on clearing out bad energy in my house. Absolutely. So really quick Q&A if anyone has questions. Create a violet vortex of light underneath the center of your house and begin by moving for every single corner of your house. You can use sage, that's my favorite, but more importantly, you're going to channel white light into every corner and eliminate all the stagnation in those corners into the center vortex of the house. I want you to make sure that you are grounded, that you're protected, that your chakras are in perfect alignment, and that you are in your invisible body. If you want information on that, I have a video on how to come into the invisible body, but this will allow none of those things to get stuck on you while you're cleaning and healing, okay? And you're going to fill your house with the color of your highest vibrational frequency. It can be gold, or you can use a neutral color like gold, and you're going to change the frequency of the house that you're in, okay? Pay attention to areas where there are mold, stagnation, clutter. That is unacceptable in the house for energy because you are storing old timelines. So that needs to be cleared up. Oh my gosh, Angie, thank you so much. We just got a super chat from Angie. Thank you. I'm so honored. Really, thank you so much. It really is amazing to receive that. Thank you. Alexandra Cheney says, hi. IT Guy says, do you have any books that go over this in detail? Not yet. I am writing it as fast as I can. And I really hope to have it. I'm going to have several books coming out, but one of them will be focused on healing techniques and working with the multidimensional body specifically, because there's so much information on that. So that will be out soon. Please hang in there for that, IT Guy. Thank you. Marina Stanovic, Stanohevic, I hope I said that right. So great to see you. Zokshil, how are you? Maya, Afterburner, hey. Janine, Johnny Spa, Kenny Osborne, exactly what I needed today. Thank you, Angie. It's Palm. IT Guy says, so what's the end game in all of it? Is it to get back to Godhead? Well, IT Guy, the end game is that you are learning as an organism to be the master creator of your existence, and you are contributing to the collective evolution. And you can do so at your own rate. You can do so as much or as little as you want to. You can also not do anything and reincarnate back into this physical plane based on your vibrational resonance. So depending on how much work you're doing to shift your vibrational frequency, you can choose what you're going to experience. But remember that free will means that we're choosing either experiencing for the self or experiencing for the collective. And so that's kind of how we're moving through this dualistic expressions until we reach higher dimensional planes in which the laws of expression might be different. But every action that you take is affecting the whole. And that's something that we really need to remember. Okay. All right, my love. Thank you so much. That's an amazing question. Thank you, Larry A. Geraldine, I feel it's important to watch you live. Do you have any set time when you go live? I'm going through a transition moment right now, and I will have a calendar of the days that we're going to be going live soon. But please hang in there. Expect to see me more in April. That's when I will have more time. I will be at conferences, though. I have to tell you, if you are in Sedona next month, I will be speaking in Sedona from the 19th to the 21st, or I think it's the 17th to the 21st. So if you are there, please join me. I would love to see you. I would love to create a little gathering of anybody that can make it out there. And I think it's going to be an amazing time. I'm also going to be speaking at Portal to Ascension. My dear friend Neil Gower and Ellen Steinfeld are producing amazing conferences on extraterrestrials and technology and ET races. So we're going to get into some really, really great information there about holographic DNA and the higher dimensional manifestations of physical embodiment into these extraterrestrial species. We're also going to be talking about the splicing of the gene code from the original bloodlines into all these human bloodlines. So I'm going to get into that, talking about how that is kind of self-organized information. But we're also going to be talking about, we also have another conference coming up. Please check out my website. I have everything up in the events page for you guys to check out. And also next weekend, I'm going to be presenting at Ascensions Conference created by Waishela. I love that name. And she is creating these conferences where we are, it's like a bunch of people that are participating in that. So please do check that out. On March 12th to the 20th, I'm going to be at Humanity Unplugged. There's 111 speakers at that. That's created by Rob Yox, dear friend of mine who's doing amazing work. So definitely check him out, check that conference out. Sedona Ascension Retreat, we have Sasha Stone, Michael Jacko, James Rink, Maureen St. Germain, Brad Olson, Alan Steinfeld, Celestine Starr, Rob Potter, William Henry, Thunderbeat, Amanda Roman, I don't know her, Devine MSM, Matthias Imhotep, Lori Lane, Shakina Rose. Of course, this is produced by Suzanne Ross, so that should be a really fun time. March 26th is the Extraterrestrial Races, Planets, and Technology Conference, so check that out. That's virtual. April 16th to the 17th is Portal to Ascension 2-day summit, and this is where we're having a major conference with, Neil Gower, Laura Eisenhower, Mary Rodwell, Grant Cameron, Tarek Bliss, Alan Steinfeld, Yvonne Smith, Emily Gosh, Valeria Tagnine, all kinds of people are going to be there. It's just going to be great. We also have a hybrids online conference June 23rd and the 24th. So that's going to be really interesting. We're going to talk about hybrids and get into that topic. So many amazing things. And we just got another super chat from Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. Oh, so much love to you. Thank you so much. What a gift, you guys. You guys made my day, not just with these gifts, but your presence. I can't believe it's 250 of us here right now that have meditated together. That makes me happy. It just brings me so much joy. Solange Laura says, hello, beautiful soul. What are the waves coming through our bodies with number codes? Please and thank you. Yes. If the universe had a language and it would communicate to us, it is through numbers. Numbers are physical representation of vibrational frequencies. So please pay attention to the numbers that are most coming up for you. They're telling you information about your journey and what is available to you right now. So if you're seeing 444, for example, it represents practical embodiment of spirituality. If you're saying 222, it represents duality. It is the gateway opening. It is the choosing. It is the integration of spiritual expression. If you're saying 333, it's a major awakening. It's major transformation, change. But it's a change in the spiritual realm. If you're seeing 5, it means change and transformation, beginning and endings, okay? If you see a 6, for example, it's death. It is, it's the higher levels of alchemy of the internal self. And we can go on and on about the numbers. And actually tonight at 7 o'clock, we're going to be giving a very special ceremony for my dear friend, Michael Bispiglia, who has passed away, who was a master numerologist. And we will be taking a look at some of his work and going into some of these numbers. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I know everyone has to get back to their lives. Thank you, beloved souls, for all your love. Zokshia, Lisa Davy, I kept seeing 1221 for years before realizing what it meant for me. Yeah. Shidektok, is severe fatigue an ascension symptom or psychic attack? That depends, Shide. It really depends. Severe fatigue can what I see is that it's stagnation of emotions in the body. So we need to address that first, because that can be an opening for psychic attacks. It can be a match for that, even more magnification of that stagnation. And from the other side of it, it's spiritual blockages in your energetic field. We should never be fatigued, really, but there are days when energy comes in stronger and you will feel depleted. In order to avoid that, run energy, work with your energetic field, clear out blockages like we did today, break karmic contracts daily, and keep yourself in alignment. Remember GPAC. And for anyone that doesn't know, I created a jewelry line with a reminder for GPAC, so you can wear it and remember it. So please do check that out on my website if you want that. Okay. Love you with all my heart, and I can't wait to see you soon. All my love. Bye, everyone. Thank you.